All right, welcome back. So we've switched gears. If you watched the video lecture week 9, part 1, we are now into the principles of design, which in my lecture I've talked about. Like now it's how do you arrange the elements? How do the elements go together? And the principles are far more heady. Like when you're talking about line, it's easy to define a line. When you're talking about shape, you can define a shape. Sometimes, balance, and you get like, well, there's balance and there's asymmetrical balance and there's this kind of balance and there's that kind of balance. And so it gets a little bit more fuzzy in the details. But they're good things to know and understand and see. I mean, that's the basics of graphic design. And that's why, of course, we teach them in this sort of way. So we did the balance lecture. If you're not in typography, you learned a little bit about serif and sans serif letters. It'll make you a little bit smarter. You know the balance research. We're going to continue this. This came up. You're going to do balance research. Then you're going to do a balance project. And that involves using type. So now some of them now till the end of the semester are going to use type a bunch of times. It just kind of throwing in some new things there. And then the one that I didn't talk about is Project A Part 1. This is the first of 2 4-part projects that you'll develop and work on over the semester, over the next 4 weeks. And you will be creating, the end product is a poster for a music festival of your choice. Now here's one, is a giveaway. You've already done the poster template. That was last week. When you did the Illustrator work, keep that file. You're going to need it for this. So kind of, thinking ahead there. But I want you to create, you need to gather the assets, gather all the parts and pieces in order to create the poster for the music festival. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a student example and walk you through it. You are allowed to, I'm going to download this. You make it bigger. It makes it bigger if I download it. Is this the man's one? Oh, yeah. So, there we go. This person chose Rockfest. You need to pick a actual music festival. And I need to define it because sometimes people picked weird things. And I'm like, that's not really a festival. A music festival is generally a concert that involves more than one band as the headliner, and usually is a series of bands over a series of days. There are some music festivals that are maybe one day, but I would like you to find one that maybe is a weekend or something like that. You can find a music festival from anywhere in the world, your choice. If you're in the whatever kind of music on the other side of the globe, feel free. Some Australian music festival, feel free. Whatever you want. K-pop, if there's some K-pop festival in Korea, go for it. Do it. But it has to be a music festival with several artists and several days and all the fun stuff. So they chose, first thing, Rockfest. First thing you need to find is the festival logo. How do you find the festival logo? Literally just type it into the search bar with logo pass. Rockfest Music Festival logo. Images. And find the one that pertains to what you're doing. This one. You know what I mean? Find the correct logo. You are not creating a new logo. This concert already exists. We're just taking existing assets. So that's part 1. Music festival logo. Make sure you get a nice big one, not the one from Rockfest 2024. Don't pull this one from the corner and think that will work for your entire design. As we work on designs, we pull the biggest and best logos and images that we can possibly find. That is not big. So you just do this music, and you can do the tools, and then do size, and do large. And if I put 2024 space and put Rockfest as one word, it may change my results. There you go. 2024, they're using this fluorescent green. Find the biggest one you can use so you can use it in your poster. Festival images. So this is a poster that you're creating for people who may not know what Rockfest is, but may be interested in Rockfest. You don't know. So one great way to get people excited about stuff is showing imagery of what's happening at the festival. So these are all images from the festival. Make sure you find big images, and you need 5 of them. The list is in the assignment. Let's go to it. The music festival logo. A minimum of 3 pictures from the music festival. Make sure they are high res. This person did 5. The more you give yourself to work with, the more options you have when working on your designs. If you limit yourself and be like, I pick 3, and then you're like, oh, these don't work at all. Like, pick a bunch. They're out there. How do you find them? You Google it. Like everything is just Google. You can 2024 Rock Music Festival images. You can find them. They're going to be all over the place. People rocking out, having fun. Probably go to their website. It's all available. It's all social media these days. We got to, know what's going on. So people rocking out, we got that done. Minimum of 3. A paragraph about the music festival. There it is. You know where you got that from? The website. Lineup, tickets, camping, plan ahead. About. Here's the history. Just like a quick paragraph, This is it. You copy and paste that in. That's all you need to do. We need to inform people who don't know what it is. They may want to read about it. So that's the next thing. Headliners. Music festivals have headliners. They may have days and days and days worth of headliners. You can pick your favorite out of the group. I want 3 headliners from the music festival that are going to be featured on the poster. Like, these are the draw. Like Jelly Roll, Shine Down, and 30 Seconds to Mars. When people see a poster and it has these 3 headlines, the people who like one of these 3 artists should turn their head and be like, what? Where are they playing? Oh, man, we got to get tickets to Rockfest. Jelly Roll's playing at Rockfest. I don't know when, but he is, and then you find out more. So your poster is going to include images of the headliners, not necessarily images. You do not need to, but it's good to have the images and then the names. It only needs to include the names is the only requirement. Images, that's secondary if you want to include that. What are the dates? Can't have a poster tell somebody that there's an event going on and leave them hanging. Oh, when is it? Well, I saw this poster and this is Rockfest. I don't know when the heck it's going on. Well, you got to make sure you include the dates. All right. And then sketches. I want sketches. It can be digital sketch. I don't want anything done on the computer where you type in stuff. The reason being is we get hung up on what the computer is doing, what choices do I have there, instead of looking and just being like, all right, how should I go about this? And then there's information too. So I'm going to make sure I drew a rectangle. It's in proportion to 24 by 36. And then here, I'm going to have the date up here. Just write date. And then I want pictures of the headliners. And I like, the rock hand. So I want the rock hand in there. And then these are event photos and my paragraph. And then here's the logo. It just coming up quick ideas. These are quick ideas. Here's another one. It's like an electric guitar, right? With an image in it. So the squares with an X symbolize an image. And then they have an image here. This is probably about paragraph, headliner, 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 and a logo. 90% of the information. Oh, no, I think if it's lower. It may be lower. Or 90% of the information there, or it's askable. Oh, the guitar picks an image. So festival image, festival image, festival image. Oh, duh. I didn't read that one. It's been a while since I've seen this one. And then here's another one. They want with the flames. And then they got the imagery, the date, the headliners, and the logo. Just playing around. Think about who you're designing for. So when you pick your festival, your music festival, be familiar with the style of it. Like if this was like the Pops, like the Symphony Pops All-Star Weekend, I don't think you'd be putting like rock flames on it or the rock hand, like that doesn't deal with symphony people. You want to design a poster that is going to engage the people who go to that concert. If you pick like electronic dance music festival, like that's going to not have necessarily flames or the rock hand. It's going to have other stuff. Here's another sketch. Looks like a stage, a crowd of people. They're getting simpler, but still effective. Everything's on there. And I know where everything goes. 6 sketches for the poster. I'll show you another one. Get you another one up. All right. What did this person do? Another rock hand. All right. Their research. When We Were Young Festival. Festival logo. Check. Minimum of 3 images from the music festival. 1, 2, 3. They got the minimum logo, minimum photos in there. And mind you, they're having fun with the design as well. This is design practice. The more you practice, the better you get. And all this work can be done. You do not need to use any of the Adobe products. This can all be done in Google Slides with an average, computer. Here's your about. Again, just copied and pasted right from the website. The headliners, images, and names. When is it? 2-day event, October 19th and 20th, 2024. Same lineup both days. Great. And then they did their sketches. Simple. You start simple and lay things out. Scratch around. Like that's what this is. Like, like I want the logo at the top, and then we'll do the headline, and then the date, about paragraph, into very symmetrical, very, down and dirty. Then they start going a little bit weird. Got some on the side, and like the logo sideways, and line up with pictures and headliners. It's just playing around until you figure out where you want to go with this. I know like this marking, that's a checkerboard. That's part of their symbolism. Logo, headliners, date. All the information is there. And then they included extra information. These are to help the client understand more what's going on. You don't need to give them more, because at this point, if this was real, the client would be looking and be like, okay, and then they read this and they're like, yeah, okay, you know what we want? Okay, big bold dates, blah, blah. And it's helping them out. here they have it boxed in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is the big new assignment. This part is not that big. And one thing I always tell people, let me get this up. Well, I'll do this. Break it up. Do your research one day, find all your stuff. And if you got the first idea, do it. Make sure that when you do your designs, it is approximately 24 by 36 in proportion. That equals to 2 by 3 inches in proportion. So if you just draw a 2 by 3 box for yourself, get out a ruler, you're set. And it can be approximate. If you draw something squat like this and design into it, it's not going to work. When you get your final design, then you'll be like, oh no, there's all this extra room and I designed for this. So it will not work. Make sure you approximately 2 by 3 inches. You can get a ruler. You can like measure any way you can measure it. Feel free. If you got a printer, you can print some pages out of Illustrator with some 2 by 3 inch boxes, whatever you think is best. And you get that, and then you just start, like, what do I want to do? Like, what's my festival about? Like, oh yeah, I do want, like, I don't know what it's about, but I'm not like something weird is going on here. It's because I just saw there's a picture of Gwar next to me, and then like, so I want like oozing. It's like Gwar Fest, whatever, and it's oozing, and I got my title up here, and the headliners are gonna look like splats, like with goop, and I put H1, H2, H3, and then I got my about paragraph because people got to know what it's about, and then my date, and then I'm gonna have festival images floating around too. All the things are in there. This is the thought process that you talk yourself through it, and so the first thing I said is do the research and like maybe and then sit on it, talk to your friends, and do 2 more the next day, and then a couple more the next day. The reason being is the terminology that we talk about is, or the age-old saying, sleep on it. There's a reason. It's true. Your brain, when you sleep, your brain rethinks about everything you did that day, any thoughts that you had about the poster. And then the next day, when you wake up and you're doing something, you think about the poster, your mind has actually thought about it more while you're sleeping and while it's off, you're doing other things. And then you can come up with even more ideas. If you try to just like do all 6 at once, you get stuck. Break it up. This is the stuff I do while watching TV. And I literally will be watching TV. I got a kid. I don't care what he watches, but I want to be in the same room with him because it's the end of the night. And he can watch his show, but I can just be there on the couch next to him. And my wife's there too. And I can just be sketching. Just not like, kind of watching, chit-chatting a little bit, but just drawing out little drawings about what I want to do. It's not like I don't always like sit down and be like, I need secluded time to do these drawings. Like this is just like 6, 2 a day. Like is like, and then you do it. So if you do not, and then go ahead. If you do not have access to a digital drawing system, which is totally fine, it's not required, and you use a piece of paper, make sure you do things correctly, meaning don't take the picture with your phone of your drawing at night with one light bulb in a closet. It's not going to turn out. It's going to look like crap. Like, do it during the day. It can even be an overcast day. You can put it in a brightly lit room put your drawing on the floor. Stand above it with your phone. Here's the crazy part. Your phone is awesome and can take high-res images. And you could take it from far away with no shadows, brightly lit. Take the picture and then send that picture to yourself so you can maybe open it in Photoshop and adjust it as needed. But guess what? You don't even need to adjust in Photoshop. I think Google Slides lets you just the brightness and contrast of an image. Like, get them looking good so I can see them. I don't want yellowed, shadowy, blurry images. Like, everybody's got a phone. And you just need to take the picture during the day in a room with some windows. I'm not saying put it in direct sunlight, but don't block it with a shadow. Don't do it at night, because all overhead lights are just going to leave you with shadows, and it's going to be frustrating. The other one, like I said, stand above it so you're not an inch away from it. You don't need to be an inch away from it. You can be pretty far away and still get a good picture. And then put those in your document. This is a good one, just because this group doesn't use it very much. This is a great one to send to me in the midweek review and have me look at it. And then you have a little back and forth, as they say, to get it absolutely perfect for the next part. And then the other one, have some fun. You get to pick who the client is. This is all you. 100%. It's all you. So you shouldn't be bored with it. So don't pick something like, I wish you wouldn't have picked that festival series. I didn't pick it. I didn't make you pick it. You're going to have the rest of your life is going to be dictated by who your client is, and they're going to pick all that stuff for you. This is one. Go, you pick it yourself. And you can't say I didn't like who I picked, because you picked it. So that's kind of it. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
Do we have to do an upcoming festival, or can we do one that's been in the past?
You can do a past festival. Okay. I get Woodstock at least once a semester.
All right. Hey, Joel, could you clarify something on the Balance project, the six composition?
Sure. What would you like me to clarify?
I just wanted,
I'll open it up. It's a harder one. You guys are 8 weeks in. No spoon feeding anymore. All right.
So I just wanted to know, so we're supposed to use the same words, at the top it says this is balance. Are we supposed to use those exact same words for all three of the top examples?
Yep.
And then the same thing with the bottom?
This is asymmetric. Yep.
Okay.
Don't type in anything new.
Okay.
Just these words. You can change the font. You can change the font. You can change the arrangement, but it has to be a sans serif font at the top and a serif font at the bottom. It can be whatever you want.
Okay.
But yeah, these three words only at the top. These three words only at the bottom.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I needed.
Cool. Anything else? All right. Awesome. I will talk to you on the discussion boards and next week, Tuesday. Take care. Thanks.